Today, for our reading lesson, we're going to be talking about finding theme in a story or a drama. Yesterday, we learned that we can read a drama like we would a story, just understanding that directions and dialogue tell us what the story is doing and what the characters are saying. Well, when we think about themes in a story or a drama, a theme really is that lesson or the message that the author wants readers to understand. And the way that we figure that out is usually not by the author coming out and saying, the theme of this story or drama is. No. We have to look around the story. We have to look at how the characters act, how they treat one another, and how they respond to challenges to help us figure out the themes of stories and plays. That figuring out process is called an inference. An inference is where we take all the clues in the text, like how the characters act, how they treat one another, how they respond to challenges, and what we already know in our mind about life and encountering challenges ourselves and solving problems. And we figure out the theme of a story or a play. We figure out that message or that life lesson that the author wants us to know. I want you to watch this video with me today so that we can see a little more about what theme is and what some common themes are. Let's watch this together.
Finding theme. Theme is a lesson that can be learned from a text. You may have learned that some common themes are love, family, friendship, but these are not true themes. These are just topics. These are important and they help us get to theme, but they are not in themselves themes. The first step to finding theme is to finish reading a text. As an example, let's take a look at a Disney movie we're all familiar with, Frozen. The second step is to create a list of topics. What are some ideas or topics that appear in Frozen? Olaf's willing to melt for Anna. Anna and Elsa stick together. Anna fights through the forest to find Elsa. Hans is trying to take over. Elsa doesn't share that she has ice powers. And Kristoff goes back to help Anna. Once you have a list of topics, the third step is to pick a topic and write a sentence about what the author believes about that topic. Let's pick friendship because it's all over the place in Frozen. The author believes what about friendship? The author believes that true friends will help each other when they're in need. Notice how this is not specific to the text. There are no characters' names. This should be something you can apply to your own life. The fourth step is to cross out the author believes that. Now rewrite the sentence. True friends will help each other when they're in need. Congratulations, you just came up with a theme, and you used these 4 steps. Step 1, finish reading a text. Step 2, create a list of topics. Step 3, pick a topic and write a sentence about what the author believes about the topic. And step 4, cross out the author believes that and rewrite your sentence. Congratulations, there's your theme.
Awesome. And we'll actually use that particular strategy a little later on. Let's take a look at this cartoon really quickly. I wonder what lesson or message you think the cartoon shows from the author. Let's read this together. We've got 2 characters here. It looks like they're at soccer tryouts. Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. Monday evening at 7. Did you make the team? The lady asks. No, but with more practice, I know I'll make it next year. What kind of life lesson or message do you think the cartoon is trying to get across? How does the girl respond to the challenge of not making the team? Well, she doesn't cry or complain. She really doesn't make the team, but she doesn't seem dismayed, does she? I think one particular theme out of this, or one message that I'll learn from this, is that even if things don't go our way, maybe we can look for the positives. Maybe she can have more practice and she'll know she makes it next year. Maybe another theme could be that if you don't succeed at first, try again. She's not afraid to try again. She's going to try out next year. Another theme could be stay determined, reach for your dreams, continue to work for your goals. All of those things could be great themes for this particular cartoon. Let's take a look at slide number 2, because slide number 2 has the first part of the play about a miser. This is based on a fable by Aesop. Aesop is well known for writing fables. Fables are specific little stories that always teach a lesson about life. And in this story, we're actually reading a drama. So today we're practicing looking at a drama. So we have scene 1, and we're in the miser's garden. So we automatically know what our setting is. We're in a garden. And in the very next line, with italics and the parentheses, we see the stage direction. So it's kind of telling us what's going on in the play. The miser digs up the gold he's buried and then counts it piece by piece. The miser, rubbing his hands together with delight, he says, "Yes, every last coin is here, the exact sum I've had for years. Now I must bury my treasure again to hide it." Thief, watching from behind a tree. Every day this man digs something up and then buries it again. I shall see what it is he digs up and buries. Waits for the miser to leave, then digs up and steals the gold. Scene 2, the next morning. Miser, digging where his gold was. My gold! My gold! I've been robbed! Just based on the very first part of this play in these first couple of scenes, what do you think the theme is? What can you predict the theme might be for the rest of this story? What lesson in life, or message, could we get from this part of the story? I want you to think about this. The miser loves counting his gold and then burying it back in the dirt. He also was upset when his gold was stolen. Now, the miser digs up his gold, he counts it, and he says it's the same sum that he's had for years. And when he buries his gold again, the thief comes along and steals it. Then the miser discovers it's missing. You know what? Those details really suggest that the play might have to do with greed and the value of something that you never actually use. The miser never actually uses his money, does he? So maybe having lots of money doesn't mean anything if you never use it. That could be a general lesson about life, right? Just because you have money doesn't mean that you have happiness. That could be another theme. Another theme could be that maybe having money doesn't bring you joy or satisfaction. And, having lots of money doesn't really mean much if you never use it. I like that one a lot. And some of the details that support that is that the fact that every day the miser digs up his gold to count it, but then he buries it again. Really, what use is that to anybody? So the next thing that you are going to do today is you're going to open up your reading assignment for yourself. And this is going to be found in your reading topic in your Google Classroom. And you're going to continue reading what happens with the miser. There's a stranger who hears the miser, and you're going to need to figure out what sentence best describes the theme of the play. Now, this is really cool because right here in your tips, you have some hints that are going to help you answer these questions. All right. Now, another thing that I want to tell you is that today I didn't include circles. So you're going to have to draw your own shapes and circles today in order to circle your correct answer. Now, remember that when you draw a circle, it's going to be colored in. So you can go to your paint pot, your fill tool, and make it transparent. Another thing I want to tell you is that anytime on your page that you see multiple lines underneath a question, I do want you to answer that question. You're going to need to create a text box in order to type on top of the lines. So for this particular question, you're going to have to look at the answer that you chose in this question about which sentence describes the theme of the play. And then you're going to have to tell me what details in the miser helped you figure out that theme. Now, this particular question asks you to use a partner. But I want you to notice it doesn't have any lines underneath it. So you can skip this question if you want to, or you can discuss it with your grown-up or a sibling or your cat or your dog if you want to. But you don't have to answer it. Any question that has lines underneath it, you do need to answer. So for slide number 2, you have another large piece of text, and it's called The Wise Man. It's a Chinese folktale, and it's a story. Remember to use these hints that are on the side. Spike will help you. On slide number 3, you have a couple of multiple choice questions. And again, you need to make a text box right here at this question because it has lines underneath it. For slide number 4 and 5, again, you have lots of text to read, but at the bottom of page 5, you have a multiple choice question. Go ahead and make your circle and choose your best answer. For slide number 6, again, you have a couple of multiple choice questions at the top, and then lines for the question number 4 where you need to type in your answer. All right, so let's recap really quickly. Theme. Theme is a lesson or a message that an author wants you to understand. You need to pay close attention to those main events and details to show how characters act, treat each other, or respond to challenges. Remember, themes are big lessons in life, not just specific to the characters. All right, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow about theme.